Say that. I say the Window Lickers podcast is the best podcast. They have the best host, the voice Joshua Joseph, what a guy. Tune into the Monday Night Raw preview show, an amazing night for wrestling, a real big moment. Check them out, enjoy the content, and remember, keep those windows clean. Some say other podcasts are the best. I don't say that. I say the Window Lickers podcast is the best podcast. They have the best host, the voice Joshua Joseph, what a guy. Tune
through the window, see the darkness inside. This ain't no ordinary ride. It's a twisted, wild slide. Lunatics running wild. Chaos on the loose, ICP inspired. We bring in wicked juice. Joshua Joseph, host of the show, ready to shock with words that leave you in disbelief. Tickling your mental block. We dive into the weird, the odd, and the strange. A podcast for the lunatics. We'll drive you insane. Niggas, get ready for the madness.
To the ring, it's Monday Night Raw.
We'll bring the craziness. Joshua Joseph in control. Takes you on a wild
champ, you can call me sire. Reviewing Raw like a southern rap messiah. Crossing over lines like I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Flipping opponents like I'm Randy Orton. Dirty South flow, my words they be costing. Every verse I drop got them head nodding. Spit lyrical punches like a ruthless fighter. Got the crowd hype, I'm the crowd igniter. Breaking down the Raw matches, no denier. Dirty style rap, I'm the Monday Night Supplier.
Welcome back, everybody. Window Lickers in your household. Anybody out there that is from Grunmeister's channel, welcome. Thank you for joining us for another Monday Night Raw review. You know me, you know what I do. It is I, the voice, Joshua Joseph, and damn, I feel good today. I got on my Paragon shirt. He will suplex your children, so keep them on tight leashes when Paragon's in the room. But you know what we do. You know how we do this show. And I do it with a good friend of mine. You know him. You've enjoyed him on the In Your House programming. He is the Grunmeister. How you doing, my friend?
What's up? I'm doing good. I actually ordered two WWE shirts today. The white 6, obviously, and the white Cody Rhodes t-shirt.
Sweet action. Yeah, I seen those Wyatt 6 drops, and I was like, oh, I want one. But I realized I ordered some shirts the week before. The wife, she will not let me get any more. I have you know how many wrestling shirts I have? We won't get into that because we will probably be here for hours.
Yeah.
But we do have House himself, the concept, Alakan House. He's jumping in the chat. It is time. It is Vader time. No, that is the wrong one. It is not Vader time. It is Monday Night Review time. And Grun, how are you doing? How was your weekend? How was the wrestling week that we just had for you? I know we've been on the Sunday show. We did speak about that, but we're at the Window Lickers Raw review show. So let's let the fans who would have joined in there or here, let them know what's been going on with you this weekend.
I mean, I just hit the gym a little bit and relaxed. We talked some wrestling on Sunday, and this last week for WWE, I'm going to specify, it was great across the board. It was great programming. I mean, you had Joe Hendry showing up in NXT. And you had a special debut on Friday Night SmackDown from another Samoan.
Yes. And we will touch a little bit about that. I think that's an important thing that we talk about on this show, because we don't know if it will eventually affect Raw, because there's a good chance. I mean, there's a lot of them, and there's a lot to talk about with that whole bloodline saga going on right now.
Yeah. really to predict what's going to happen in WWE, you got a better chance of rolling a 20-sided die and guessing one number. You
If you're a
can't guess
GameStop
what's gonna
nerd,
happen.
you know what,
I just know it. I just know
Grun,
about
you know
it.
what, you get it. You get it.
Look at me. I want you to fire me. You fucking Mark. Fire me.
And all you fans that have been with us forever, you know that is our MJF fire me video, and we give that to anybody who makes one of the best comments of the night. And I know we just started out, but damn, Grun, that was a great one. Yes, I you know, it's really interesting because the chat we were talking about this just a little bit ago before we went live. The fact that we are in such a golden era of the WWE, there's been so many announcements from Triple H this week with just Indianapolis alone, Indiana alone. Also with what has been revealed in an interview he did with, there's not going to be censoring on Monday Night Raw when they go to Netflix.
What?
They're not censoring.
I was wondering why. I saw the comment. I don't think I should say the comment.
Yeah. Don't.
I'm not gonna say that comment, but like,
yeah.
So this has the ability to be a great thing and a horrible thing.
Very true.
Now, I do love the idea that Triple H is saying, everyone, listen, we're gonna take the leash off. There is no limit. You guys can curse, you guys can say whatever you want. Netflix is allowing us to say and do whatever we want. God damn it, I wish MJF was in WWE right now.
Yeah. Well, and this is what I don't know if you recall, but this is exactly what I talked about with MJF. They have to build up for a place for him, him to be full MJF. Why would you buy MJF and be like, well, now we got to put restrictions on you? That's not what you're purchasing. You're purchasing MJF. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So we are. This is exciting. I'm enjoying it. And I really enjoy the fact that Triple H is in charge of it, because he was a trailblazer through the Attitude Era. He brought on, like, he forced Vince's hand to him and Shawn Michaels to push the limit. They basically made it like, you have to do this. We're doing this, so you got to get on board. Go ahead, continue with your thought.
I keep on seeing the clip talking about how Triple H and Shawn Michaels almost got fired and they almost got pulled off TV because of their DX antics, up until that infamous or famous segment where they used the list they got from whoever it was, USA,
the network,
and told them, you can't say any of this, and they just said, you know what, why don't we use the list as the promo? It's like, we're not allowed to say this stuff, and network loved it. And it's like, pushing the limit is a very good thing. Should there be a limit? Sure. I don't think we should have live sex shows on Raw.
No more Lita and Edge.
I mean, look,
that was disturbing as a child too.
I mean, I was 13 and I thought Lita was hot, and I got to see her in her bra and panties as a 13-year-old delinquent. I thought that was but today as a 30-year-old man, no, I can see why. No, and please don't bring back the bra and panty matches. I'm not asking for that either. No,
we don't need that.
Let the women bleed, bust each other open. Okay, let them do that. Like that'd be interesting to see. Can they actually get as violent as the men? Because we know they can wrestle as good as the men. Sometimes.
Very true. I like all what you're saying, and we got the Concept House dropping in some thoughts of his. I love that they aren't censoring. This is why the move to Netflix is important, because like Grun said, there's no limit. Exactly what you're saying. And he chimed also in with the MJF. No one wants a watered down MJF. That's literally just
I
the Miz.
I would argue it would be a better version of the Miz.
It would be a better version.
He may be right that it's a watered down, it's basically the Miz, but I think MJF could do the Miz better than Miz.
Yes, I agree. And you know what, House, you get our master shake.
Shake?
The words you're looking for are thank and you. Put them together, they make a nice sound.
Thank you for chiming in with your thoughts on this. It really helps the show, as you know. I mean, we're under your tutelage, so obviously you know. So anyways, so Grun, why don't we jump into your segment of what you want to talk about this week, and let's get the discussion going in that way.
All right, so there was a segment on Raw. Sami Zayn came out looking for his new next challenger. Braun Breaker interrupts him. Then Sheamus comes out saying that he wants, they both want to be Intercontinental Champions. Sheamus has won every title except the Intercontinental Championship. And he wants to complete that. That is a title that means more to him than all the other titles. That was his favorite title watching when he was a kid, so he wants it. Braun Breaker, he wants to be the top dog, and he needs a title to do that. They had a match. The match was interrupted by Ludwig Kaiser. So I know some people are complaining like, oh my god, another fatal 4-way. Like, well, look, you're even if that they keep the belt on Sami for a little bit longer, there's no way that Sheamus and Ludwig are going to be able to focus on Sami and Braun, because these two are going to be totally focused on each other. So now I don't think it's going to be, they're going to have a fatal 4-way, I think, at Money in the Bank, but I think that will lead to a Sheamus Ludwig SummerSlam match, while Braun and Sami go at it at SummerSlam, and that's where you put the title on Braun Breaker.
That could be an interesting way.
Because now you're not just saying to fans that, hey, we trust Braun Breaker. Like, we trust him to put on a big show at SummerSlam, where we are telling you this is going to be a bigger SummerSlam than you've seen in a while. The way they've been promoting it, the way they've been building SummerSlam, they're making it people remember, hey, this is one of the big four. This is a big deal.
And I think it's about time that is done, because I remember growing up, SummerSlam was a big deal. Yeah. It was a huge deal, and it really capped off the summer of wrestling. It really just kind of rounded out all the stories for the summer line. And House in here liking Braun Breaker and all he's doing. Braun Breaker is must-see TV.
He doesn't speak
one
lies.
Of my favorite up-and-comers right now on Raw. I agree with you. I agree with both of you on this one, because Braun Breaker, a unique animal that we have. Mm-hmm. He seems to have caught on very fast. And he understands who he is. When you have some guys out there who it maybe doesn't seem like they understand who they are and what their place is.
Right.
I like to bring up Damian Priest at the beginning, not Damian Priest now.
Right.
Damian Priest coming up in NXT, yes, he was a monster. But once he got onto the Raw, until he linked up with Judgment Day, it was kind of like, what are they doing with him? Where are we going with this character? And then we found out where they were going. And I personally love the fact that happened. And absolutely. So that gives me, when I see Braun Breaker, I instantly go back to Damian Priest's push, and Damian Priest gripping and crawling at anything he could get his hands on to get him in front of the fans. Right. So yeah, I love what Braun's doing. I love what they have going on right now with this triple threat action. And you know what I really want to see now, and it's because of the SmackDown scene, Jacob Fatu versus Braun Breaker. I want to see it. I after watching that spear from Jacob to Orton, I want to see him and Braun just boom. hit.
Jacob Fatu is an intense individual, is what I've learned. Uh,
Well,
It's-
we
it's
got
an-
Viking Storm jumping in. What a great fan, and I understand what you're saying.
yeah,
Viking.
Viking. We understand the story behind it, and we respect it.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah, Braun is there. There's no doubt. Yeah. I don't think that's. I don't think there's a truer statement that Braun Breaker understands who he is. He understands what his character is. He understands what his role is. He understands everything about himself in that ring and on that mic.
Yeah.
If I can just, I think Lyra Valkyria is lacking that. I don't think she knows who she is.
Oh, okay.
Because like I get she's supposed to be a really big deal, and I get that she was a great NXT Women's Champion. But I want to like her, and I'm not catching on with her. I don't think her character really has an identity right now. I think it's just Lyra Valkyria, kind of Valkyrie themed, but just an Irish chick playing dress up, kind of.
Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
When has the WWE successfully done the Viking character?
I think the only time we've seen it successful is more recently with Ivar, specifically of the Viking Raiders. But I couldn't tell you the last time they did anything successful with Vikings.
Yeah.
They tried to make us forget that they named them the Viking Experience for a night before everyone backlash said, no, we deny this name.
Well,
We
I
will
mean,
not call these two burly men that are going to bulldoze through everyone, calling them the Viking Experience.
yeah, I don't understand that one, but we did get Ivar out of it.
We did.
So when, and this is no shade to our friend Viking Storm in the chat,
Right.
but like, to me, the WWE, they knock a lot of things out of the park, especially when it comes to character development.
Absolutely.
But the lacking is the Viking storylines. Every time they try it, I instantly want to turn the channel because no one's doing it like it to me. Okay. And Viking Storm in the chat, if I'm wrong on any of this, correct me. But if I'm thinking of a Viking faction, I'm thinking of a Nordic god. I'm thinking of that big, muscular, bearded dude
Yeah.
who just looks like he's ready
For
to
war.
for war, to pillage, to take what is his. I've not seen somebody that they've been able to do that with or present in that style to even get the character over. Like, you would think we have Scotsman, we have we had the Nation of Domination.
Yeah.
We have they can play in those areas and they can develop those characters. Why hasn't the Viking, the Nordic character, hit?
It might be, the answer might just be as simple as they were looking to sell toys and they never really had anything with Vikings in it. I would definitely say like they're doing better with it than they originally were but at the same time, like I do think that they run into a problem with the fact that they've renamed Sarah Logan Valhalla. Valhalla is heaven. So it's like you're calling her a place, which like I get, like Valhalla works as like a female name, but it's like she's supposed to, but now you're also making her sound like a goddess. You're making her sound like she is going to guarantee wins, and it's like they haven't won every match. Ivar's look great. Ivar's look fantastic, but I feel like you've set the bar too high for them, or
Okay.
at least in the fans' minds. So now, it's like they have to be dominant like Authors of Pain, or they can't be dominant at all.
Hmm.
Or
Yeah, that
it's
no,
it's tricky.
you got a really good take on that one. I like that because just like what you said with Lyra, like with that name alone, you do think goddess, Nordic goddess. You think a woman who can come in and just take out even the men of the division, you
Yeah.
know, even give her Viking counterparters a run for their money. But Lyra, I like what House said up here. He said he is a fan of Lyra, but she is not fully molded yet. The clay is still drying on her. And
Yeah.
let's put a pin in the Lyra with that comment. We will revisit Lyra's storyline and things in the upcoming episodes, because I think we might have touched on something here with her, and just basically discussing where she could go, because we discuss a lot of women's wrestlers and the men's wrestlers and where we think they should go. And I think this one would be a fun one because
Yeah.
I think that it's got a lot of traction right now. And we also have Tony Gonzalez coming in. The tag team division is still not where it should be.
No, it's
I
not.
agree with you. There's always more work to be done. But
Yeah.
then we will jump in with Tony's other comment here. Jacob wrestled at the Ric Flair last match show against Josh Alexander, and it was outstanding. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some matches of his, and he does some great work, but there's some bridges that were burnt, and that's exactly where we're
Yeah.
going to leave that with our buddy Viking Storm. If you ever
Yeah.
really want to know that, join the Discord, and I'm pretty sure if you start talking to Viking, he will let you know.
Yeah.
He will let you know. And we got the big, the bad, the Lou is in the chat. Lou, thank you, Lou, for joining us. Everybody out there, if you're a fan of what we do, you got to be a fan of what the Lou does, because, well, I kind of learned a little bit off of him. And when you see these little things pop up, that's where I got it from. My buddy, the Lou, absolutely love his show. Go check him out. I think he's going to be tonight. Not sure,
Yeah.
but he's scheduled usually on Monday nights. So it's usually at 9:00. So go check out the Lou on Twitch, and we'll have some fun. And we got we're getting flooded with comments, Grun. So let me hit these up real quick.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
In the WWE, oh yes, Tony, I agree with you. And we will touch a little bit on AEW a little later. We also got the Lou. What's up, fellas? Happy Monday to you. Yes, Vikings responding to me. And he loves your face, Grun. We all love Grun's face. Grun is like I said a couple weeks ago, he's an up and coming podcaster in the wrestling world.
A little bit.
So Pat McAfee, be on your toes. Grunmeister's coming for your job.
Come on, Pat. Let's go.
Get him. He was a punter. You can take him out. No, NFL punters are tough too. So
yes, they are.
Anyways, let's move forward to what I kind of wanted to talk about there, Grun, and it is one of our favorites. Made his way back to Monday Night Raw, and it is the Seth freaking Rollins show. Where are you on this with Seth being back so freaking fast?
Yeah. I don't know how to feel, because like on the one hand, like I had prepared myself for, like, we're probably not gonna see Seth for a while. He's probably gonna want to enjoy more time home with Becky and their daughter Rue. So I'm like, all right, well, we can probably, maybe SummerSlam is when he'll be back. He comes back in the build up to Money in the Bank. And look, I'm not gonna complain. Seth is awesome. I love him.
Yeah.
And someone pointed out that his the Titantron thing, it was more the SR logo looked more like when he was heel. So so people are predicting a heel turn for Seth Rollins.
Hmm.
And that could lead into my theory that the Judgment Day is going to be turning babyface soon as a whole,
Oh, the
because
whole Judgment Day?
well, yes, and Becky Lynch I saw she made a comment on Instagram or Twitter or X that Rhea Ripley is the worst booked heel. And now I think I know where she's going with this, and that is she's booked perfectly as a heel, but the crowd are not responding to her as a heel. They love the heelish stuff that she does, but they're responding to her like a babyface.
No, okay, now that makes sense. I'm going through the comments and I'm trying to like grasp what you're saying, and like I think Tony's talking about it. Do you think that was the plan all along with what you're
Maybe,
saying, Grun?
maybe. I
Well,
definitely don't think that I definitely don't think they planned on Rhea catching fire the way she had, but
okay, that's what I was
she
going to
did.
ask. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately, in a whole, the Judgment Day was set up not to be fan favorites. They were there
No.
to cause disruption and
Yeah.
take all the titles they wanted, because I and correct me if I'm wrong, but remember when they all held titles pretty much and
Yeah.
they were taking over, and then there was like a PLE where they pretty much won or retained titles, and I didn't see too many people like excited about that.
Right.
I did read a lot of hate on Twitter. Well, I mean that's all that X Twitter has is hate.
Yeah.
But at the end of the
Unfortunately.
day, you know, when you see some people that you've actually listened to and see their opinions and they're talking about it, um, it's just really cool to see the dramatic change of Judgment Day. And I'm going to agree with you to answer Tony's question. I really don't think it was planned. I think that they right now have such a ability to adapt and move when any situation arises inside the WWE world. Because like House said on Sunday, and he said multiple times, it's an abundance of riches. I mean, we have so much talent in the WWE, on Monday Night Raw, on SmackDown, on NXT, in the training facility, you know, that they can do things like this. Because
Mhm.
let's be honest, Rhea is still one of the most talked about athletes, and she hasn't been in a ring in a while.
No, she hasn't.
So
And
it really goes to show her testament. Go ahead.
now I I was just gonna say that this sort of the crowd starting to cheer for Judgment Day, it really happened organically. The fans just decided one day that they loved Roman, they loved Damian Priest, they loved Rhea Ripley, they loved Finn Balor and
Yeah.
JD Madonna, but still hate Dominic's guts.
That's all Dominic's ever gonna get.
Yep, that's Dominic's fault.
Yeah, and I mean, I love it. I
Yeah.
like Dirty
Oh yeah.
Dom. He's one of my favorites. I think he is actually um a future star.
I
I
think so.
I really think that he's going to cement his legacy in the WWE just by this run, this
Oh yeah.
character run he's doing now. There's a lot to go unpack with that. I mean, we just had him and Liv with the vest um on Monday Night Raw. Um
Jesus.
I do want to go back to Seth though, because you
Sure, yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
something hilarious uh with me and House, and you talked about his attire that he wore and
Yeah.
how tame it was. So
Yes.
just for humor, let's touch on that. I mean, we've seen
Okay.
some real outfits from Seth Rollins. The
Yeah.
moon boots, we've seen that. That was
They were a choice.
and he stomped someone in those.
Yes,
So
he did. Yes, he did.
you would have to think that there are they is Seth and Becky that into fashion that they they go out of their way to have these outfits for outside the ring and inside the ring. What Becky's last outfit did we not knock on that one when she came
A
out
little bit. Yeah.
like it was like a lady suit, but it was so weird.
Yeah. That is good question. Like, I do believe that Seth and Becky are being more of themselves with their more recent personas. I think we are seeing a little bit more of Kobe, a little bit more of Rebecca,
Mhm.
uh, more of bit of who they are outside the ring, just dramatized.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't know because like I it, it's hard to it's hard for me to decide because on the one hand I'm thinking at the same time like they probably I'm thinking like if I had to dress this outrageous every week like on TV I'm like dude just give me some sweatpants basketball shorts and a t-shirt
Yeah. Yeah.
sure when I'm at home okay
Adam
I'm
Sandler.
okay yeah
No, I get you. Yeah, it just I don't know. It seems like maybe they're just like you said, their personalities are showing through. I mean, come on. I'm pretty sure Seth Rollins was not taking himself that seriously in those
no I don't
boots.
think so no
There's no way.
no
No
no I
alive human would be that.
no I'm pretty sure he saw them and it's like you know what I have to do it one
Yeah.
time, just for it.
Tony Gonzalez, I'm not sure because I do believe her contract's up. So
Yeah, she's technically a free agent. A lot of people are saying that she's going to go to AEW, and I'm like,
I don't see that.
like first off, like you would have to give her a really good reason because, like, why would she? Because
Yeah.
she got a better boss. She has a better boss now in WWE. They were already making sure that her schedule and Seth's schedule were uh and not just there but couples
Yeah.
they actively do everything they can to keep couples on the same roster. Liv and Tiffany are not, but I'm sure that they're
Yeah.
figuring stuff out with that. But there is no reason to believe that they're not going to figure something out for those two. And like like why not? It's like Becky, and they're like, "Nah, Becky, we don't really need you right now." Should they have resigned her? Absolutely. They and still giving her this time off because they don't need her right now.
Yeah.
And like we didn't need Seth back, but we got him back, and clearly it seems like he's being moved into a role where he is going to make Damian look better, and he's going to help maybe be a threat to Braun Breaker, maybe be a
Yeah.
challenge to him, and maybe a mentor to somebody. I don't know. Like, but they don't need Seth to hold the title, but they probably do need him to help develop these new stars, or at least help fans that aren't over with them realize, hey, Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, like these guys are the real deal. These guys are
Yeah.
badasses.
Yeah, I like what you're saying, and I think Seth does play that role very well, especially with the younger talent.
Yeah.
He definitely wants to see what he's created flourish in the future. And fans, right before we get into some more of this amazing Raw talk, we have 26 minutes before Raw kicks off, and we will send you out there to Monday Night Raw. So go check it out so you can be informed next Monday when you join us. Um, okay. So you remember a couple weeks ago when I told you about Damian Priest and me or not Damian, sorry, Dirty Dom and him being MJF of the WWE.
I do, yes.
So I promised the fans, that I was going to tell them the rest of my actual thinking with this, and I'm going to. I just didn't
Okay.
do it the last show because, well, we had House on. We had some things going on. I didn't think you
Yeah.
wanted to hear my crazy conspiracies on Dirty Dom. So let me kick it off this. MJF, when he first was on the AEW scene, he barely wrestled.
Yeah.
You maybe seen him wrestle at a pay-per-view. You maybe seen him
Right.
wrestle maybe once on a Wednesday showing.
Right.
But he was good on the mic, and he
Yeah.
was definitely a draw. He definitely got heat without doing much, just talking. Dirty Dom has been doing that for a while now. Dirty Dom also has the ability, when he does get in the ring, he shocks you, much like MJF. When MJF was coming in AEW at the beginning, people were like, this guy can't wrestle. This guy can't do nothing. He's only on a mic. Him and Orange Cassidy should get a room together and just be friends. You know, things like that. So then all of a sudden you see MJF and you see what he could do. You've seen what he was learning. You've seen the legends that he took from and built his own character with. Dirty Dom does the same thing. Dirty Dom has learned. He's gained. Once he got into the Judgment Day, he became that in-ring threat that you should be worried about, because who came along with him? The Judgment Day, his backup.
Mhm.
And MJF, up until this recent storyline, he's had a little help there too, with
Yeah.
friends from his past, from his best friend who turned on him and became the devil, which you guys totally butchered that fucking storyline. AEW, you know what, Tony? That
You could have
right
done
there,
so much more with the friendship. So much more.
so fucking much more. Dude, you legitimately lost me as a fan on that storyline. That's why this AEW wall has just been this. It hasn't been
Yeah.
touched. It hasn't been added to. It is there because you killed me with the devil storyline. It could have been so much better. So much
Yeah.
better. But we move on. Dirty Dom, in his purest form of just being a wrestler, not where he comes from, his family, none of that. How he is today, if you were to just wake up out of a coma, pop on Raw tonight, you see Dirty Dom, he's gonna capture your attention. Especially now. Why is this little blonde messing with him? Why is she doing this? Why is she? It's almost like Liv has found what we as the fans have been saying was the weak link of Judgment Day up until JD McDonough was there. I mean, a lot of people did say he was the weak link of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
But in today's Judgment Day, Dom is not the weak link by far. He is the person that you want there. You want,
Yeah.
especially for what you Grun are saying that you think they're going to gear up towards and turning Judgment Day babyface. I like how they're playing this, how you brought up the Becky saying that specific thing. And if you look at it just at surface, it's like a dig. But once you break it down like you did, you see where they're going, where the gears are turning. And I mean, if we're getting heel Seth again, here's my money, here's my bank
Yeah.
cards, give it to me, because I love heel Seth. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Seth in all he does, but heel
Yeah.
Seth is something special. It is something
Absolutely.
really special. So that is my Dirty Dom MJF comparison. Pick it apart if you can, Grun. I know you got a mind for this, and go ahead. I want the debate.
I don't think I can. Because you're right. This is very comparable to MJF's introduction in AEW. This is very comparable to his first year and a half, 2 years in AEW. And like they, if they would have to find a way to turn Dominic Mysterio babyface. They would have to find a way to get the crowd to stop booing him. And that now I think that is going to be where we're going to see where I think that's going to be the big test because MJF in doing all the same crap that he was doing was able to turn the crowd onto his side.
Yeah.
Can Dominic do the same thing? If he can't, then he's a step down from MJF. However, if he can do the exact same thing, not only will he be, can you say that this is AEW or WWE's version of MJF, but you can finally say this is Dominic Mysterio. This is not Rey Mysterio the third. This is not the second gen or third generation wrestler of the luchador of a luchador family. This is Dominic Mysterio becoming his own man, becoming
Yeah.
his own wrestler. And
I love
look,
it.
I was when I first saw Dominic debut, I was like, yeah, I want to see Rey Mysterio the third. Like, but no, like I want to see Dominic be his own man. Just like
Yes.
Braun Breaker, everything about him says Steiner, but at the same time, you don't think of him as a Steiner.
No.
You see Braun Breaker. You see somebody that he's got all the attributes of a Steiner, but this guy, he's his own man. He is making you understand he's not just a Steiner. He's Braun Breaker. He is the badass of WWE right now.
I fucking love it. I love it. I love this talk. And to go off of that, my wife watched Monday Night Raw with me last Monday. She that barely ever does she takes me
Yeah.
to the events. She drinks beer. She laughs at me getting excited for grown men in their underwear in a ring. But anyways, besides that, she said when she's seen Braun, she's like, he looks so familiar. Where do I know him from? I'm like, that's a Steiner kid. And she's like, oh, and she knows those wrestlers because back in like Raven was her favorite wrestler. So, me and her connected on that. And
all right,
so she knows the past. And she definitely said, she stopped me and she was like, that guy does what his family did, but he does it so much better. I was like, yes, he does do it. And a credit to them to, yes, do we know he's a Steiner? Yes, we do. But the average fan doesn't. The average fan just knows him as Braun Breaker. And I love the fact that you really put a ribbon on Dominic Mysterio. And when you said that you want to see him be Dominic, you don't want him to see him be anybody else. That is perfect. That is exactly what I want for this kid, because again, like you, when I heard Rey Mysterio's the second coming is coming, I'm excited. I was excited. And then, they quickly took that storyline away. And they, really interjected him in Judgment Day, in which I fully appreciate, because it gave him exactly what you're talking about, his own freedom. So we are at 17 minutes now, fans, and they are getting ready to start Raw. But we have to talk about one big thing that happened on this Monday. And Grun, I know you're excited about it because I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
The whole freaking world is excited about it. The Wyatt Sick have arrived. They are here and they are ready. Grun, come on, give me your insight on what you liked about it. Maybe also give me the insight. Do you think this was the right time?
I think this was, maybe in the build up to SummerSlam, because you have because now fans can in their minds kind of think there's a reason why they're not wrestling on Raw right now, building up to some sort of SummerSlam match. You have enough time between now and SummerSlam for them to attack enough wrestlers to get bunch of wrestlers. Hey, we need to team up and take these guys out. They're gonna they're gonna try and kill us every week. Like, we have to take them out. And you know what? Seth could be one of those wrestlers.
Very true.
The other thing I'm thinking is, we talked a little bit about this Sunday. I don't believe they're all going to be wrestling in their masks
Yeah.
because when Wambling Rabbit, Huskus the Pig, and Mercy the Vulture, their masks they have parts that protruded out. So if they land on their face, that's going to hurt a lot more, especially if they break the mask. Now they have to make a new one. So I'm thinking at least those three specifically, we will see their faces. As for Uncle Howdy and Nikki Cross or Abby the Witch, their masks specifically match their face. So their masks, I think you can get away with wrestling in.
Yeah.
So I think they're probably not going to reveal it's Nikki Cross, at least with the mask. They might say Michael Cole or whoever. Like we're looking at them and we think that's Nikki Cross. We still don't know who Uncle Howdy is, but Abby the Witch looks like Nikki Cross, body shape, hair color, and skin color. Oh, like it looks like her, but we're not sure. But as for the others, I do think that they're going to reveal their faces.
Yeah.
And I think that's
agree with
how, and specifically for like Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis, I think that's how you have to get them over. Because Dexter Loomis, as I said, he got lost in the shuffle a bit. And he had this really good, silent yet friendly serial killer character.
I loved it. They played off that Dexter.
He played it perfectly.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I agree with you. I think, especially with Dexter, his eyes, the intense looks that he has, that's a very good attribute that he has, and you wouldn't want to hide that with a mask during a match. So yeah, I fully agree with you on there. Here's where I want to take the conversation with this. Do you remember Nikki Cross's last moments in the WWE? She went away.
Yeah, she was the chick that was just standing there in the ring, and
yes. Do you remember what she dropped on her way to the ring?
I don't know.
The 24/7 title. That was the end of it.
I remember that.
And then the look that she had. I honestly think that they are going to play with that. I think they are going to say that it is Nikki Cross once they've pushed the story a little more. And I believe that, and my thinking is they were setting this up a long time ago. This wasn't a spur of the moment. Let's figure this out. This was in development. And Nikki, I said it on the show. This is a really great thing to have Nikki Cross in the Wyatt Zick, because
absolutely
she's a fantastic feature to have in the WWE, in wrestling, in a promotion, what have you, because Nikki's hungry. She's ready to let it all out and let everybody know what she's capable of outside of whatever creative's trying to come up with her. This suits her. This gives her a platform to be that weirdo that we seen at the end. I mean, she was legit just staring off. Yeah. She wasn't paying attention to nobody, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is weird," blah blah blah. But now you see. Yeah. And I think that they are going to play off of that. I think there, like I said on Sunday's show, there's so many avenues to go with this specific storyline that honestly, how do you commentate on it? How do you not just sit back and just watch, and then when it's finally over, whenever it is, you can talk about it and critique it? Because I think over the past 6 months, we've seen a lot of where we think things are going, and then they take a little turn, and we sit back and we go, okay, I like that a little better. I like how they're going with that. That makes sense to me. When was the last time you sat and watched a WWE program and been like, okay, that makes sense to me. Let's run with that. Yeah.
It's probably been a while.
I mean, before Bloodline.
Yeah, no, we are we're in a period in where I've said this in comments. Triple H zigs when we think he's gonna zag, and he zags when we think he's gonna zig. We can try and predict every move he makes, but the one thing that we're learning is that this is an unpredictable time in WWE, and even when it is predictable, it's a satisfying ending. It's the ending we're looking for, or it's the ending we didn't know we wanted.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. I like that because it does produce matches that we didn't think we would want. And then when we see them confront each other, we're like, when is this match going to happen? When are we going to
Yeah.
get it? And that's what makes me most excited right now about watching Raw. This has been a long time where I just didn't watch the highlights. I'm on my 4th Raw in a row, or I want to watch. I'm looking forward to it. And that's a testament to what they're doing now, what they're pushing for. I mean, we have so much to look forward to coming up, Grun. I mean, we got the Netflix deal,
Oh yeah.
and that's gonna set apart a whole new world when it comes to how we view this content, what we get to see, what we get to enjoy. um it's really like I said it in the chat. Imagine if the WWE would have done what they're doing with TNA back with ECW back in the day, and they just worked with them.
We'd probably see ECW still alive today. Maybe a little bit toned down,
Yeah.
but we'd probably see this, and maybe they would sell Netflix like, listen, we'll let you air ECW, but same deal as for Raw, no limits. And
Yeah.
and then you have like Raven as general manager of ECW will say, and he's like, really? All right, you're gonna settle your feud in a, let's spin the wheel, barbed wire, Inferno, steel cage, I quit match.
I like it. Sign me up. I don't even care who's in this match. I want to see it. No, and you know what? That was really like a vibe about ECW back in the day.
Yeah.
And I know fans, if you've never heard about us, we are doing a ECW Legends docu series in which we have Grun, who he knows of old ECW, but he's not seen the matches. So we're kind of introducing him into that. We're also introducing the fans. I mean, for this Saturday, we have a huge moment set up for the In Your House podcast channel. We're going to get to talk to some of these legends. There will be Francine will be there. There will be the Sandman, Bill Alfonso, Shane Douglas, the franchise will be there. And we are going to talk to them. We are going to have conversations. There will be interviews. I know personally that House gave me the lead job on the Bill Alfonso interview, and I'm absolutely tickled. Like I'm a kid who gets his childhood wish to talk to some of these guys. But back to what I'm saying with this all is that it was such a vibe that it didn't matter who was in the match on most nights. It was about the match. It was about the ECW moment, something that a lot of people don't know about. A lot of people didn't get to experience, or you experience now, and you're like, man, wonder what that was like back then. Let me tell you, it was electric. It was amazing. I loved every bit of ECW. I miss it. I miss everything about it. But you move on. We find new things. Like right now, Dominic Mysterio is one of the top things on my list to watch. And
absolutely,
5 years ago, I don't think I would have said that. And I'm super stoked about it. I really like where wrestling is now. Grun, you got any final thoughts before we kick these people off? We have 6 more minutes before Raw kicks off.
We should be seeing a good Raw tonight. Well, hopefully my prediction's right from Sunday, that we will see Liv Morgan try to seduce Dominic a little bit more. Talk about how, Dominic, are you scared of the Wyatt family? I can be your new mommy.
Yeah.
I think tonight is when we hear Liv Morgan say that, and that could be the thing that, because Dominic is so against being with Liv Morgan, that could be the thing that maybe gets the crowd to stop booing him so much. Maybe.
Yeah. I think him running back to mommy will be what gets him over with the crowd as a babyface. But we will put a pin in that discussion because we got another Monday night coming up, unless, well, the world burns. I don't think it's happening. My meteorologist
Please God,
never
not yet.
told me. Come on. You finally gave us all the big three in my state. So please don't let it simmer. Let it just simmer a little more. But Grun, let the fans know where they can find you and all what you do, buddy.
You can find me on Twitch at grunmeister. Today I tried to play the 7 Days to Die version 1. The full release is out. It's no longer in early access. So go check it out now.
Beautiful, Grun. Was it a fun game?
Yeah, it was fun until I realized I did not upload the experimental test service. So I still play in Alpha 21.
Well, Grun, let's hope you get back to where you need to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is me. I make dumb mistakes on my stream. They're fun, and they're fun to laugh at. So
yes, so go join them. Go have some fun with Grun. And we got the Lou chiming in. His streets are on fire. Well, Lou, get a hose and get some water hooked up to it because you don't want streets on fire. But anyways, fans, friends, everybody who joins us in here for the Monday Night Raw review on the Window Lickers channel, part of the In Your House channel. Join us, have some fun, come out there and join us in the Sunday house parties, which Grun has been a part of now. He is out there with us. He gave some great insights on a lot of the topics we love to discuss. So check us out there. Those are usually 11:15 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday. Join us for a Sunday house party. You know, we got to keep our house parties sporadic because, well, the cops, they like to bust up our house parties. So we keep them at the, midday, a little brunch party. You got to like it. Anyways, after that, you can always find me here with Grun doing some fun. It's the other way. Yeah, that way. Grun doing some fun stuff, talking about Raw, trying to get you ready for this week's Raw, for next week's Raw, for whatever Raw is coming up. And we love to talk wrestling. So if you're a fan of wrestling, you love it, you got a friend, you got an annoying brother, you got an annoying boyfriend, and you want to get away from them for an hour, send them over here. We'll babysit them. Grun charges $35 an hour, but that's a good price for your adult person that enjoys this stuff. So come be a part of the fun. Always check out everything my friends are doing. The Lou is out there always doing some great things. I have an annoying dingle. Yes, he does.
That's gonna be $70, Lou.
Yeah, okay, $70 for dingle. That's by the hour, Lou. Go check out Lou. Did we get confirmation he is up tonight?
Yes. Last I saw, he is playing a game that he has not played yet before. I don't know what that means, so we'll see.
Yeah, I enjoy that. So go check him out. You'll find me and Grun in that chat while we watch Raw because we're multitasking motherfuckers. That's what we do. I'll probably be editing this. So, to get the clips out there so we can get, me and Grun, maybe this produces us at WrestleMania, Grun. And WrestleMania wants to talk to us. And they're like, hey, we know WrestleMania is going on, but Josh, Grunmeister, what are you doing? We're like,
I'll take free tickets.
Yeah,
I'll take free tickets and free beer.
We will take them. And, he can have my beer. I will take whatever soda pops you got. Just let me bring this in and we will be fine. Anyway, so fans, friends, I've kept you long enough. We have 1 minute. I want to say thank you again for joining us, for being a part of what me and Grun do. We absolutely appreciate it and adore every one of you. So go check out everything and we'll see you next time.
Hey there, kiddo! It's your friendly neighborhood, Mr. Kilmore here. And as professional wrestling's favorite TV dad, I suggest you go over and you watch the Monday Night Raw review with Gunmeister and Josh Joseph, as we call him, The Voice. Comes on at 7 p.m. and it is brought to you by In Your House and Window Lickers. And when you're done, go get some stank on your hang down.